In an agile business, by definition, we're working in the complex domain. We're working with complex business problems and we're trying to find emergent solutions. The only way that we can approach a complex problem is with an attitude of learning. Therefore, everybody in the organization which is involved in an adaptive challenge or a complex challenge must be learning all the time. Leadership is very different from a command and control type of paradigm to an organic, self-organizing paradigm. One of the things which we start to distinguish is between technical leadership, where a leader knows what the problem looks like and can define a solution, to an adaptive leader. An adaptive leader is someone who will get the stakeholders to analyze the problem and to do the work. An adaptive leader is someone who can really mobilize a team to solve a problem rather than telling a team what to do. It's quite a large distinction and quite an important enabler of business agility. Team dynamics are extraordinarily important from an agile talent perspective. The organization, by definition, is always experimenting, is always learning, is always changing. The locus of performance is the team, and therefore the team dynamics become the most important thing that we want to be able to analyze, improve, get working. Low-performing teams will not produce very good work. High-performing teams will. What are the dynamics? What are the underlying forces, the psychological forces that create a high-performing team? This is much more of the role of an agile talent professional. How do we activate very positive team dynamics? Psychological safety is one of the foundations of team dynamics. Google did one of the best organizational behavior studies ever conducted, where they looked at what created high-performing teams. They had an assumption that the best teams were going to have the highest number of PhDs and clever people in it. And what they found, though, was that these alpha geeks were fighting with each other, and the egos were getting in the way of actually creating creative solutions. Quite counterintuitively, they found that the best performing teams were those where people could share their voice and people could collaborate around a common problem. And the conclusion of their findings was that psychological safety was the most important team dynamic. And so one of the things that we explore within the Agile Talent workshops is what is psychological safety and how do we create it? So for HR teams that are embarking, or their organizations are embarking on the Agile journey, the most important thing for the HR team to understand is what is this Agile way of being? What is the Agile way of thinking? What is the difference between an Agile way of working and a rigid way of working? And this is something which can happen at an intellectual level. We can understand the theory, but most importantly, they have to start to walk the talk. They have to start to work themselves in an agile manner.